The gaming industry is in such a big fucking mess, y'all. Speaking of messes, so I have not watched the Silent Hill 2. Apparently, I don't know if it came out like today or just recently, but apparently it showed off gameplay for Silent Hill 2. And from what I've seen, a lot of people are concerned. So we're gonna watch the Jimquisition's Konami's Silent Hill 2 Bloober reel. Can't wait. The remake that keeps on giving. And again, it's fucking remakes and remasters. Why does it keep starting off low?
He looks like he shit himself.
Yeah, people are just tired of it. People are just tired of it.
Oh shit!
Oh
Hello,
fuck!
everyone,
What?
Stephanie Sterling here. Now, as inconvenient
That
as
would be
this
me.
thing is, I will always wear this when we do
That'd be me. I'd be trying to be entertaining, and then I would somehow find a way to knock over like one of the most expensive pieces of equipment I have. Some way, somehow, I would.
Silent Hill stuff. Always. But yes, it is once again time for some fuck Konami news. All the news that's fit to make you say,
Why does it look like this?
fuck Konami.
Is this on purpose? Let me see if I can... Okay, hold on.
Okay, look,
Fuck
I'll admit that
Konami.
I've not exactly been the most optimistic when it comes to the remake of Silent Hill 2, aka my favoritist game ever.
Game of the year.
Loves not paying his sex trafficking hush money fees. But yeah, I've not been hopeful. Some may even say I've not been kind. Personally, I'd go a step even further and say I'm not being fair. I'll admit I saw Bloober Team was attached and mentally checked out of the whole game's existence, only occasionally re-acknowledging it to sneer at the fucking thing. Actually, let's be honest, I stopped having any hope for...
Okay, to be fair, like, I wanted to give them a chance because they've created some games that have been not the best, but not the worst out there. But of course, it's like everybody has their own opinion on it. But I wanted to give them a chance because it's Silent Hill. It's like, you know how big of an IP this is. Don't fuck it up. Or that's all you're going to be remembered as. Going forward, no matter what you make in the future, you'll always be remembered as the people that fucked up a Silent Hill game. Especially one of the favorites, like the top favorite, Silent Hill 2, is literally 9 times out of 10, if you ask someone what their favorite Silent Hill is, at least from like the first 3 at least, like just not even counting the others, but the first 3, usually it's going to be Silent Hill 2. So that amps up the pressure as well. But also, it's Konami, and they've been well, they've been spiraling. Someone needs to save them
the Silent
from
Hill 2
themselves.
remake as soon as I found out Konami was attached. Such is the rap sheet of the game's own publisher. But you know what? Fine. I've not been fair, and that's not fair. So in the interests of fairness, I figured we can look at the latest Silent Hill 2 trailer, which released only a few days ago, and see if the trauma-trivializing terrible twosome of Bloober and Konami can't change my mind. Prove me wrong.
Uh-oh. Captured it on PS5. That dead console. This is gonna come out when the PlayStation shicks. I wanted to say shit and 6 at the same time. Oh fuck. There's a meme. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Uh-oh. I got Resident Evil vibes from that, and that's not a good thing. Because when it comes to Silent Hill, the horror aspect is supposed to be like psychological, and a lot of the gameplay, a lot of the way people play Silent Hill games, the early ones anyway, a large majority of it was literally like dodging out of the way of enemies, trying to get around them, because you were limited in what you could do to fight back. This looked like it was trying to copy Resident Evil, and that has me worried. Oh boy.
Yeah, so here's the thing about being fair. Not everything deserves fair. In fact, if I decide to be unfair about something, I'm 100% right to do so 100% of the time. This is why 100% of people love my game reviews. Seriously, when you're dealing with the companies involved in this game, fairness, optimism, and hope are probably the least 3 relevant expressions available. This so-called combat trailer not only appears to bear my cynicism out, so too does the aftermath, in which the studio called out the publisher and compounded the idea that Konami is a fucking shit show. The trailer has been heavily criticised online following its publication, while the original announcement trailer wisely kept gameplay to
his
a minimum
fucking
and
face,
focused
y'all.
instead on how much
Something's like
protagonist James Sunderland's
uncanny
face
valley
does
about
now.
it. I can't.
This new footage seems to expose quite a few weaknesses. People in particular have called out the awkward stiffness of character and attack animations, as well as how shitty weapons both look and sound as they softly boop their targets. Now, I watched it and don't entirely hate it as much as some people, but it don't look great. It does look to move stiffly. What the fuck is that QTE bullshit? Let's just do a little vault over a wall. I mean, overall, the biggest problem with it is it's a combat trailer. Why? It's Silent Hill 2. Either Konami's video editing department has its fucking priorities wrong, or Bloober team has no fucking idea what Silent Hill 2's about. And honestly, with these two fucking companies, the jury's out. You know, if that were all there was, this would be a simple case of game looks
I
shit,
think I heard
but in the wake of
Bloober team tried to defend themselves, but
developer hilariously decided to throw Konami under the bus, pushing the blame for how bad the game looks on a company said to be solely responsible for marketing it. Basically, they said the game is good, but Konami made it look like shit. Ordinarily, I'd suspect Bloober team of being just a little too eager to pass the buck, but it's Konami. If I could trust any publisher to be so incompetent
it is Konami.
It can't even edit a trailer properly, it would be the company that has literally forgotten to advertise games it's released before. Bloober team claims that Konami made Silent Hill 2 Remake look worse.
That's kind of bad, yeah.
Which is a hell of a thing to say about your affiliate. In a video that has since been removed but was transcribed in Eurogamer before anyone could get to it, Bloober president Pieter Babiena shot on Konami pretty mercilessly. I wrote these
me whenever I try to pronounce
he said,
fucking anything.
Referencing the negative feedback. Quite seriously, we are not responsible for the marketing side. Our partner is entirely responsible for this. This trailer certainly does not reflect the spirit of the game. Obviously, we can't yet comment on what the game's spirit will be, but considering the spirit of most Bloober team games is decidedly mean, I'm not sure it particularly matters. Of course, what he most likely means is that the spirit of the game is not conducive to fucking combat trailers. If that's the case, and Konami did drop the ball, which
Yeah, they
is
fully
not
said,
unlikely,
yeah,
I reckon
it's
I'd
the
be pissed off
pachinko
at the
people's fault.
misrepresentation of my work and start slagging Konami off in interviews as well. The president expressed the belief that the real game with its real gameplay would win fans over, and he addressed criticism of the unimpressive graphics by assuring cynics Silent Hill 2 Remake would use all the capabilities of Unreal Engine 5, a promise that doesn't really mean or say anything when you think about it. To cap it off, he mentioned there is a fan base for Silent Hill 2 Remake. So far I've been unable to verify this because I haven't found him. In response, Konami hasn't responded, which is its usual response. Aside from announcing the occasional dreadful video game, there's very little evidence
Every time
with a pulse actually works in Konami's
every time I'm reminded of that
division.
fucking
But yes,
Metal
Konami
Gear
is one of the most moronic publishers
bullshit.
in video game history, so it's not like Bloober's making a particularly wild allegation. I do sincerely believe the clown comics in Konami marketing could be given Baldur's Gate 3 and turn out a trailer that makes it look like fucking Two Worlds. That said, if we're using Konami's track record to suss out this situation, it's only fair we do the same for Bloober and, well, I have an entire video detailing how thoroughly bloody bad this developer is at horror games. At best, the company's output has been hackneyed horror by numbers that hit every branch falling out of the spooky trope tree. At worst, of course, we have Bloober's multiple uneducated, insensitive, and downright fucked up attempts to tackle trauma and mental illness, difficult subject matter for even the most delicate of writers, nonetheless barreled into by Bloober with all the appropriate grace of a firework in a maternity ward. So at the end of the day,
lovely.
Who can say? But since Konami is inept enough to make a great game look shit and Bloober struggles to make even good games, I'm gonna guess the truth lies somewhere in the it's probably a bit rubbish but Konami fucked it up even more region. I'll put it another way. Konami probably got the spirit wrong with a combat trailer, but the gameplay we saw is still the gameplay Bloober's making. And once again, as I've said before, I do hope I'm wrong. I really do. I might not like Bloober Team's work very much, but I've given all their games an earnest try. And Silent Hill 2 is, in my view, the horror video game. Of course I want the remake to live up to it. A world with 2 amazing Silent Hill 2s is literally better than a world with 1.
Yeah,
but
there's something wrong with his face, y'all. It's just
demonstrated anything. It's the thing we always
I can't get over that part.
Konami's
It's fucking
a
face.
mess that can't keep a lid on its own PR. Silent Hill has not been doing well.
Konami.
After neglecting the series for almost a decade, Konami made a big deal out of revitalizing the seminal psychological horror franchise last year. Its bevy of announcements, however, was concerning and seemed to be motivated entirely around milking Silent Hill
that's
for as
actually
much money as possible.
Like, even though I want to give them a fair chance, that's also a good point. The Bloober team's like go-to for making a game is usually, like you say, walk past door, turn around, it disappears, ooh, spooky. It's like, it's usually not combat related. They usually try to go for intense psychological, deep story message type thing, which you'd think they would lean into when it comes to Silent Hill 2. Like, it's like Silent Hill 2, you already have the story laid out, the psychological horror of it laid out. You just got to make it look pretty. But why does this latest gameplay trailer make it look like, instead of leaning into what they've seemed to have always done, they've instead leaned more into shoot 'em up? I don't like, they look like they tried to copy the Resident Evil formula from the past like 5 years or something like that. It's kind of weird.
A short-sighted strip mining of its intellectual property value. Because Konami is Konami and Konami is a fuck wreck, all it's done since then is prove everybody right who had doubts about this return to Silent Hill. The prime evidence being Silent Hill, Silent... You know, I've genuinely forgotten the name of that dreadful fucking app they put out a few months ago.
Yeah,
Ascension?
I don't remember it either.
Was it Ascension? Either way, it was the first bit of Silent Hill content
I haven't
in like
watched
10 years,
anybody else quote unquote play that other Silent Hill one.
For those who might need reminding, and I can't remind you enough, Silent Hill Grinder Edition is a series of glorified cutscenes that they managed to cram microtransactions and a battle pass into, even though you're just watching MP4.
It just looks
Just
awful.
a couple of weeks back, we had Silent Hill The Shit Message, aka the PT we have at home, a game so sensational.
I
and
tried to play
indulgent
that
in
game,
its
and
portrayal of
I
mental
count it
illness.
as
It's the
me
most
beating it
Bloober
too.
thing Bloober hasn't made. And look, I know that short Minkus
Because I know I
has
didn't
its
technically get to
defense-
the
no, its
end, but I'm counting it.
sympathizers. And hey, if you think this reject from classic kids show The Herbs is scary, more power to you. But to respond to you with the delicacy and care of the game's own writers, don't be fucking ridiculous. The game is obviously fucking garbage and you're fucking wrong. Anybody who continues
I'm just still
to disagree
waiting to
with
hear
me
about
will
this
have
game
curse
all of
put
a
on
sudden
their
just being taken down like
woo.
PT got taken down. That's why I haven't like uninstalled it. I'm just waiting, you know?
Several
I'm
years
waiting
ago,
for
I said
Konami to do a
should give its
Konami.
intellectual property to Capcom to use. The company behind Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, and Resident Evil could work fucking magic with the likes of Castlevania, Metal Gear, and Silent Hill. Just compare the sheer mastery on display with the remake of Resident Evil 2 to the fact Konami couldn't even put out a trailer for Silent Hill 2 remake without screwing it up. The only things to have happened between my original suggestion and now have been instances of Konami.
That's what had me confused, though. It's like-
me that I am correct. It's the only thing Konami
You would
can
think
be
Bloober
relied
wouldn't
upon to
lean
do
into the whole-
to back up every low fucking opinion you could have of the twats. Gotta love
Shooter
them for
mechanic
it.
thing. I don't.
It's free content and it's far more entertaining than what they're selling.
So normally I have help when
This
I wear
fucking
this
camera
for obvious
angles.
reasons, but due to the fact that my
What is
ability to
this?
schedule is shit, the only window I have is a window where I'm actually having to do it on my own. So I genuinely am doing.
This would be me
don't
trying to
know
get the
how this
perfect
is
camera
gonna
angle, and
turn out
it would just
because
be
I'm
this.
incompetent, even without a gigantic fucking Toblerone on my head. But either way, whether you can see me or not, because I sure as shit can't see you, thank God for me.
Well. Whoa. See, at first I was worried about Silent Hill 2 remake, mostly just from the face. It's fucking face, y'all. Like, I can't get over it. They need to change it. I hope they do. But now that they've showed off the quote-unquote gameplay of it, oh boy. Oh boy. This is... Yeah, the camera never got fixed. That camera angle will live on in infamy. I'm worried, guys. I'm worried. It's like, okay, the other Silent Hill bullshit they tried to sell us, even the free one, like, okay, we can put that down to Konami being Konami. But now they're gonna fuck up. They're gonna mess up. They're gonna destroy the legacy that is Silent Hill 2. Fuck Konami. Just fuck.